Before you begin, you may wish to find yourself a comfortable, safe space where you know you will not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted. Hi, welcome to the last week of February. This is Rebel Heart Tarot Talk, and we are going to pull us a card that's going to cover up the last week and the extra 2 days of February. So the theme this month, if you've been watching these videos, we film them for every week, and the theme has been very justice orientated, kind of getting into our truth and finding out who we are and walking forward with that energy. So we don't know what our card is going to be for this last week of Feb. So Niki, hello, will you do the honors?
Shall I? Here we go. I'm really interested to see what comes out today, to be fair, because yeah, have we moved on from the energy, or are we still in it for that last week?
We'll find out
I
shortly.
don't know. Right. Da da da. Oh, Page of Cups.
Now that is a completely different energy, but it fits really well. Do you know why? Because we've brought ourselves to this place of honesty. And if you've not seen the videos, go back and watch the last three, because they really there is this amazing theme running through. The Page of Cups has got a real fresh feeling to it, and an inquisitive nature and a curiousness about self and others, that I think when we've done the work on ourselves and we're no longer tolerating other people's crap, and we've created some kind of freedom within our lives, then we're free to explore the things that really interest us, rather than the connections that have become stale or the relationships that are dragging us down. The Page of Cups is all fresh and new and bouncy and intrigued. I like it.
I like that. It just feels really, and also in time for spring coming.
There's daisies.
Yeah, all those daisies underfoot, and it's just feels really positive.
And I do love that card. I think sometimes
my friend's daughter,
I think
in her fab turquoise suit.
Yeah, some of the traditional Page of Cups, there's always a sort of slight sadness to them. And I get that, you know, when you're curious and inquisitive and doing things differently, you can meet things that you didn't expect, or things don't work out the way that you had hoped. But it's all just education and information. And I think the way you've done the Page of Cups, there's just like a bit more of a buoyancy about it.
And the girl in this picture, she is exactly that. She's like a huge brain who's always learning, really inquisitive, but also she's really come into her own self in the last few years. So that kind of dropping into her truth, which again comes to the end of that February feeling of justice, is finding yourself within all the flim flam. And that's exactly what she's done, which is why she ended up in that cup in this card. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do love, don't we, how much the people who starred in our cards have actually brought some of their personality and their magic into the images. So shall I read it from the book?
Go on.
So it's nice actually to have a different energy, because the previous 3 weeks have kind of, no, I wouldn't say they've not been too heavy, but they felt a bit like work. So this feels different. So the unforeseen, possibility, exploration, idiosyncrasy, quirkiness, and being alternative. When we dance with life, we discover all kinds of variety within others and within ourselves. We might find aspects of who we are to be unique, which can make us feel uncomfortable. The Page of Cups suggests that we meet this discomfort with childlike innocence. We give ourselves permission to blossom into our own uniqueness. As our emotions lead us into new situations and adventures, so we will encounter the inane, the inconceivable, and the ridiculous. Accepting and moving with the strange, unexpected facets of life serves to embolden us. If what we find outside ourselves feels a little alien or odd, then the call is to adapt, to cultivate an inner story, and to expand our horizons. Importantly, of course, you must keep a strong sense of self as you adapt to the peculiar nature of whatever finds you. If this card arises for you, you are called to guard your heart and stay inquisitive. For what is beautifully different about you or your life may well offer lessons, compassion, knowledge, and some new truth should you acknowledge it. Let that reverberate and serve up truth and acceptance. So your prompt is, things I once found odd that I now accept, appreciate, and adore include, make a list, And power affirmation, I allow my own sense of the unique to shine through my choices.
I love that. I love that. And I think it's a really delicious end to the month. It feels really positive. It feels really enlightened. It feels like there's a sherbety fizz to it all. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like we did all that work getting into who we're meant to be so that we can really explore ourselves, actually, in ways that we may not have allowed ourselves to do before.
Yeah.
It's getting out of the ordinary. We're done with the ordinary. And then, you know, we're moving into a new month very, very shortly. And so
It's exciting.
yes, I'm very happy with the Page of Cups at the end of Feb. I don't think there's much more to say about that, really, is there? Spread your wings.
Go forth and be yourself.
Yeah, pick some daisies and yeah, it's going to be good. So what I would say is we'll be back in about 8 days when March starts with a card for the whole of March, and then we'll do the same as we did for this month, where we'll then pull a card for every week, and we'll see whether there's a journey, whether there's a passage, whether the weeks stand out individually or not. I'm sure it will go in all kinds of different ways as we continue to do this. Please do like and subscribe and share us with any of your tarot loving friends. And if you have a deck of cards handy, pull yourself a card to go along with the Page of Cups and comment it below, and we'll see how they fit together. I think that would be really fun and interesting. We can all get talking on that. All right then. So until March. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.